Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So as you can see from the title, in today's pick a card reading, we are going to be answering the question, is it meant to be yours? And it can be literally anything that you would like to know about, something you are desiring, pursuing, manifesting. We are going to find out if it is meant to be. And I also want to clarify what I mean when I say it's meant to be yours. This would be something that your soul came into this lifetime with the intention of obtaining or experiencing, something that your spiritual team had previously agreed in this lifetime. We are going to be facilitating this experience or this achievement for you. So with that being said, of course, just because something is meant to be yours, it doesn't mean that it necessarily will be yours. And just because something is not meant to be, it doesn't mean that you can't manifest it. So in this reading, I kind of want to look at both. Is it meant to be yours? And will it be yours? And so I hope that this reading can bring you some clarity or some confirmation about your soul's intentions and your soul's wishes during this incarnation, as well as what you as your human self have the potential to manifest. I hope that that makes sense. So for this reading, there are 4 groups to choose from. You could choose one group if there's one thing in particular that you would like to know about. You could choose multiple groups if there are multiple things that you are currently wanting to manifest. I will leave it up to you, however you feel called to use this reading. And today we have different crystals for each group, and they are all kind of aquatic themed. I felt like going with that today. So without further ado, let's give you a close-up look at each of your options. For my group number 1s, we have this Fluorite Dolphin. For my group number 2s, we have this Seashell Heart. For my group number 3s, we have this Fluorite Seahorse. And for my group number 4s, we have this Moonstone Starfish. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s, so if you guys chose the Fluorite Dolphin, this is going to be your reading. So here is the full breakdown of today's reading. There's going to be 2 parts to it. The first part is an energy check to make sure that this is your group, and we're going to do that with dice. And then the second part is the main part of the reading, where we find out whether it is meant to be yours. And we're going to do that, of course, with the tarot and oracle cards. So in the energy check, to make sure this is your group, we are going to look at your energy towards it, the thing that is on your mind. So if this does sound like you and what your experience has been so far, then that will be your sign that this is your group. We're going to see what energy it brings out of you, what you've been doing in order to move towards it so far, and how sure are you currently feeling about it being in your life. Then in the main part of the reading with the tarot and oracle cards, we are going to see its energy towards you. What would life be like if it were yours? And then finally, is it meant to be yours? And will it be yours? Because like we kind of talked about in the intro, those are 2 different things. So then we are going to finish off the reading with advice from your spiritual team. And that is our reading for today. Thank you very much for being here. So let's get into your energy check. The first thing we want to see is, what energy does it bring out of you? Group number 1. Okay, so we have Pisces energy and we have Sagittarius energy. So both of these signs are ruled by the planet of Jupiter, which is so beautiful. First of all, Jupiter has a very jovial energy about it. It represents luck, abundance, expansion. I feel like it makes you so happy And I honestly feel, group number one, you just feel lucky to even exist in the same world as it, to get to know about it, to get to dream about it. Like, you just feel so lucky to have that experience. And I honestly feel like you're very optimistic about the situation, regardless of how it turns out. I think that you would say this is something that has really enriched your life and expanded your life. And we will get into this, but I do think you have a lot of hope surrounding this situation. I also think that the situation brings some kind of energy of ambition out of you, or a desire to better yourself and a desire to strive for greater heights. I'm hearing that you would do whatever it takes, because I think you recognize that the more you work towards this, it really does make you a better person, or I should say a version of you that you are happier with. I think you truly feel like this is something that has only brought positives into your life. With the Pisces energy here, this could be something that you dream about quite a bit, or in the pursuit of this, it has brought you closer to your spirituality and brought you closer to your intuition. I think in many ways, this is something that has helped you to deepen your bond with spirit and learn how to let go and surrender and trust the process. I feel like this is something that you would sacrifice for, but it would make you very happy. It feels like something that is very worthy for you to make sacrifices for. You would never regret it. This is something that deepens your emotional capacities as well. You've maybe become a more sentimental or sensitive person since you have held this desire in your heart. It perhaps makes you more in touch with your emotions or more attuned to your emotions, and maybe even in some way enhances your capacity to be compassionate for others or for the collective. It could also really tap you into your creative energy and your channeling energy. And with this Sagittarius energy, I also think this gives you a lot of energy. It gives you a lot of motivation and a lot of drive, and brings you a willingness to step out of your comfort zone. And I even truly feel this just observing your energy, that the ways in which having this desire or this goal has changed you, it's all for the better. And that's why I kind of get the sense you'll be grateful no matter what happens, because the way this has changed you and the person this has helped you become, like, it's so worth it. I just sense like an immense gratitude from you, group number one, and it's so beautiful. So let's see what you have done to move towards it so far. What have you done to move towards it? Okay, so we have the planets of Uranus and Neptune. Because these are outer planets, I am sort of getting the feeling that you have done everything you can on your side to manifest this. Like, anytime you're presented with information about something you can do, you take the steps. And so maybe you're feeling like the final step to manifesting this into your life really has to do with fate. And it really just has to do with surrendering and divine timing. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. And how sure are you about this entering into your life? I would say that you're pretty sure. We have the 8th house and the 11th house here, and both of these deal with fixed signs. That's so cool. Like, both of your zodiac signs are ruled by Jupiter. So they have this very hopeful, optimistic, expansive energy. Both of your planets are outer planets. So it feels like we're surrendering to major fated events to bring this into your life. And then both of your houses are fixed energy. So there could be a lot of synchronicities in your life, or like you see the same sign repeated over and over again. But I feel like this fixed energy is just a testament to your perseverance and this feeling of like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm really truly sure about this. Also, the dates August 11 or November 8th could be significant to you, or someone with Sag or Pisces placements, Aquarius as well, because we have Uranus energy here. Oh, and this is also Aquarius and Scorpio. Sorry, I'm naming a lot of signs, but just in case those bring some confirmation to you. Yeah, I would say that maybe we have a mixed group where for some of you, you've only shared this wish with really close, trusted people. And maybe others of you are really open about this wish and you've shared it with your community at large. But I do feel like you have support and encouragement from those around you. I think that other people are rooting for you and they want you to achieve this as well. And maybe just the nature of this wish is that you do kind of need other people's support to get there, which I feel like is the case for a lot of wishes because nothing manifests in a vacuum, right? But I just sense that you really do have the support from others and that you obtaining this wish really would benefit the collective. So we have some beautiful energy to start off group number one. Hopefully by now you have a sense of whether or not this is your group, but we are going to get into the main part of the reading now with the tarot and oracle cards. So I have the Aurora Tarot here and the Below the Surface Oracle. And together these are the, box is open. Together these are, ta-da! The KINO Tarot Summer Bundle, which I have curated in collaboration with Tarot Stack. You might recognize this bundle from the previous video we used it in. We did a mid-year checkpoint reading with this bundle. Feel free to check it out if you haven't already, but the decks are absolutely gorgeous and they go so well together. And I'm really happy to be collaborating with Tarot Stack again. They are a longtime friend to this channel and they are a longtime collaborator and supporter of this community as well. Not only do they provide a platform for us to browse decks from all different indie creators, all different styles, they also fund indie tarot and oracle deck projects with 50% of their profits going towards helping indie creators get their decks printed and published and marketed out there into the world. 1111 as I'm saying this. I feel like that's so beautiful. We love you, Tarot Stack. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for providing us with an opportunity to learn about so many new decks and amazing indie creators. And thank you for collaborating with me on some things that have been launched and some things that haven't. I may be preparing a little something with them myself. But anyway, I'm going to have this bundle linked down below if you would like to check it out. I'm also going to link the individual decks. If there's one in particular that you feel you would resonate with, you can see every card in the deck on Tarot Stack's website. And if you would like to get the bundle, you can get a 10% discount with the code KINO. So thank you very much, Tarot Stack. Thank you so much to you guys. And let's get into your reading. So we're going to start with the Aurora Tarot. And we are going to see what is its energy towards you. Group number one's wish. What is its energy towards group number one? We have the Knight of Coins. And what would your life be like if it were yours? We have the Eight. This is the Eight of Swords. Is it meant to be yours? We have the Page of Wands. And will it be yours? the Five of Swords. Okay, so with the Knight of Coins here, this is something that is moving towards you, although it is happening quite slowly. As some of you may know, the Knight of Pentacles, it is about movement, but it is the slowest moving knight in the deck. There's a feeling of perhaps this has taken longer than you originally anticipated. And there's also a specific message coming through. I don't know if this is for all of you, so take it how it resonates, but this might be something that can only manifest during certain times. For example, certain times of the year. If you had a dream of getting accepted into a school, for example, there's a certain time of year where you have to take the entrance exam or submit your application. It can't just happen whenever. And then there's this feeling of, now's the time to try, and if it doesn't work this time, well, we just have to wait for the next time. So for some of you, it could be something like that. Some of you, you've either waited a long time or you have tried many times. And it kind of seems like something that is hard. Like if it didn't work out, it's kind of difficult to analyze why. So an example of this would be like if you didn't pass the exam, but they don't tell you which questions you got wrong. Or your job application was rejected, but they don't say specifically why. So it's like, well, how do I know how to do better next time? There's a sense of kind of wanting more concrete information about why something is taking long or why something is not working out. It could also be like some of you might be waiting for another party to fulfill their end of things, and it's just being delayed or taking longer than you expected, but you can't get updates or you can't get specifics about where things are at. And I'm seeing, for example, like tracking information couldn't be provided. Like you have a tracking number for your package, but then every time you put it in, it's just like an error. So you can't actually see where specifically the package is. Like there's something that's kind of shrouded in mystery, and it's hard to know what the progress is, or it's hard to know what the holdup is. Yeah, something is taking a long time. And I can confirm with this Knight of Pentacles that it is moving towards you, just at a slow pace. And even the fact that you guys got outer planets with your dice. Uranus and Neptune are some of the much slower moving planets because they're far from the Earth. Their orbit takes a longer time. Oh, this die just switched to Capricorn. And like Capricorn and Pisces, they're like ruled by the farther planets. They're farther out in the zodiac, like they're near the end. There's just a feeling of something taking a long time, but it hasn't given up on you, or it hasn't changed its mind about you, and it will always be there. This feels like something that doesn't have an expiry date. It's like you could always find a way to make it happen in the future. Even if you were to give up on it at one point in your life, you could always come back to it. It doesn't feel like something that will run out or die out, because the Knight of Coins, this is also fixed energy. It's fixed energy, it's persistent energy, it's here to stay. In terms of what your life would be like, okay. In terms of what your life would be like if it were yours, there is something that you need to know, in the sense that if you are dealing with any insecurities or imposter syndrome or feeling not enough, obtaining this thing won't necessarily make that better. And the example that's coming to my mind is, let's say that somebody felt like they were unlovable or unattractive, and they're really, really longing for a significant other. While they may manifest a relationship with a significant other, that won't necessarily heal those things for them, because there may be something deeper internally that needs to be addressed. And that's not to say that their partner can't help them over time to heal from these things, but for those of you who are maybe seeing, like, as soon as this enters my life, it's going to fix my problems, or it's going to be like the cure or the band-aid for the insecurities that I've dealt with, it may not necessarily work that way. I'm also seeing someone who feels insecure about the quality of their work, and they desire to get fame or recognition for it. And they feel like, if I get that fame and recognition, then that will be proof that my work was good all along. That will be the thing that validates me. Only to find that when they do manifest that fame and recognition, they still feel insecure about their work. That voice is still there, but now it's just saying something like, oh, well, they're going to be disappointed with you eventually, or they only like your work for this reason. They don't like it because it's actually good, or, they'll find out soon enough, or something like that. Or they're just, that person who praised you is just saying it to be nice. Like, that insecure voice will still be there. It's just going to come up with other ways to, honestly, to be mean to you. So there may be a mean inner voice or some fears or insecurities that, not that you have to heal them all alone, or that you have to completely heal them before manifesting this thing, but I think just to be aware that it's not going to be this instant cure or this instant fix. That is something that is coming through, and just maybe that having this in your life will not change as much as you think. Like, it wouldn't change how you feel about yourself as much as you think. I think especially when it has to do with like confidence or validation or the courage to do something. Okay, maybe this is just for some of you, but there's just a really clear message that came through where there is something more than this, more than the thing you're asking about, that you really want to do. And you're using this manifestation as a way to stall it, if that makes sense. Like, oh man, I hope that I can make this easier to understand. But it's like, you maybe tell yourself this story that you have to manifest this before you can really go and do what you want. 22 as I said that, and I just thought of an example which I think will make it make more sense. I'm thinking of somebody who has a dream of becoming an actor, and so what they're trying to manifest is like moving to LA, and they're telling themselves like, I have to move to LA so that I can pursue my dream of being an actor. So being an actor is the real dream. Moving to LA is just something that person has decided is one of the steps. And it may be something that's really difficult for them. Their move to LA keeps not working out. It keeps getting delayed. And because of this, their real dream of being an actor keeps getting put off again and again and again. And this might be something that they're doing subconsciously because they're actually really afraid of pursuing their real dream. And so they've created this step. It's like their subconscious deliberately added this step that is very difficult to create a barrier so that they don't have to face the fear of going after what they really want. And they can just keep saying like, oh, well, I haven't done it yet because I haven't been able to move to LA yet. When the truth is, maybe they can already start pursuing this dream where they are, locally or virtually, or independently. It's like there's some way that they can already start moving after what they really want, but they're so fixated on this one piece of the puzzle. So honestly, I'm just gonna spoil this group number one. You can, oh my gosh, group number one. So as I was filming your reading, this like orange symbol appeared on the camera and I'd never seen it before and I didn't know what it meant, so I just kind of ignored it, and then the camera shut off and I realized that that is the symbol that means the camera is overheating, which that has never happened to me before since using this new camera. It hasn't happened in years. So that is just proof of how freaking hot it is today. I had turned off the AC because I didn't want it to make noise in the video, but she has to stay on. I apologize. So if you hear a little bit of noise in the background, that is the AC keeping our camera working. But that could be significant. Like, this is the first reading ever that I've ever filmed that the camera overheated. Kind of feels like a culmination or a climax or a lot of pent-up energy. What I was about to say is that I wanted to just kind of spoil the ending of this reading, 111, as I'm saying this, in that yes, you absolutely can manifest this thing, what it is that you are thinking about. And so I think the message for you is either whatever you're currently asking about for this reading, what you truly desire could be just one step beyond that. And so you may be encouraged to reflect on, well, I want this thing because I feel that it's going to bring XYZ into my life. And that XYZ is what I really want. You know, like I want to manifest this job because I feel that it's going to bring me wealth, stability, a sense of purpose. And like that is the thing that I truly desire, just for an example. It could also be that what you are asking about in today's reading, that is what you truly desire, but you may be stuck on one way of making it happen, and that is creating resistance. You could be subconsciously hanging on to one way of making it happen as a form of self-sabotage, almost like you've subconsciously chosen a difficult way of going about things because that keeps you where you are. And so you don't have to face that fear of really coming out of your comfort zone and really going after it and really doing the thing. That's kind of how it's coming through. I'm interpreting this Five of Swords in a bit of a different way than I usually would, with the number 5 being in the middle of the numbers between like 1 and 9. It's right in the middle. It has this feeling of being able to go either way. So, and then we have Swords, which is like your mind, your thoughts. And it's just giving me this feeling of this really being up to you. It could easily, that's an interesting word. It could easily manifest into your life. It could easily be yours. You have the necessary talent. You have the necessary capabilities. It could also easily not be yours because I feel like it's a decision that you consciously make. That's interesting because your energy at the start of the reading was coming across very much as one where it's like you're surrendering, you're letting go, you're surrendering, which is important. I feel like it's really reached a point where it is up to you. It could be that there's delays or obstacles that are coming up and it's up to you if, I'm kind of facing something like this in my life right now, where I'm like, I could let this setback discourage me and be like, never mind, I'm just going to give up altogether. This is too much effort. It's not worth it. Or I can just get up and keep going and try something else. So it could be something about your ability to pivot, your ability to adapt, your ability to try new ways, because that's very much number 5 energy. And this could also be here because you're about to come up to this kind of fork in the road, so to speak, in your manifestation journey, where you will be faced with that decision of like, do I want to use this as an opportunity to pivot, or do I want to just give up? Interesting. And then in terms of whether or not this is meant for you, I feel like this is a desire that your soul has with the Page of Wands, but it kind of feels like it is relatively new. This doesn't give me the sense of something, for example, that you're picking back up from a past life, or that you have some kind of past life karma or past life connection that you need to succeed in this thing. It feels like something that purely comes from just passion, desire, curiosity, which is actually quite beautiful. It's just a spark that came up inside your soul from a new thing that they have discovered. And so I think you are being encouraged by your spiritual team to pursue this. It feels like something, and we saw this at the beginning, something that lights you up, something that makes you happy, something that you're curious about, something that you see potential in. And the Page of Wands is confirming all of that. Yes, it is something that your soul desires. When you feel this longing, it is coming from your soul. It is being lit up. It is full of joy when it comes to this. But yeah, I don't get the sense of like some long-standing destiny, like you've been pursuing this for 30 lifetimes. Like it feels, because the page, it's young, it's new, but it's fresh and exciting. I feel like this could be the start. I'm hearing this could be the start of a long love affair. Like this could be something that you continue to find joy in and continue to love and continue to come back to in future incarnations. That spark and that passion that you feel is real, and it should not be ignored. There's something beautiful, like childlike wonder with this Page of Wands. It's like I'm seeing like a little kid eating their favorite food for the first time, and they just got like opened up to a whole new world and they love it so much. Yeah, this thing feels new in your life, and it feels like it's really caught your heart and it's really caught your soul. And if KINO was calling the shots, I feel like you should keep going, and I feel like you should keep pursuing it. The energy seems really beautiful. Oh no, that orange symbol is back. We'll see how it goes. I think you guys are just too hot, group number 1. Yeah. But I feel like that's because this has never happened before. So maybe you've never felt this way about something before. Maybe it really energizes you. Okay, we're gonna get into the oracle now. And we're gonna see what advice you have from your spiritual team. What advice does group number 1 need to hear from their spiritual team? We have the leafy sea dragon. Everything serves a purpose. Give thanks to your body. Right away, I'm thinking about how at the time that I'm filming this, we are in the year 2024, which is the year of the dragon. So maybe your spiritual team is saying that there will be a change in this situation, a change for the better. Something will be set into motion by the end of this year. And the feeling of everything serves a purpose, your spiritual team is totally facilitating this. And so any obstacle that you've faced or any delay that you have faced in manifesting this, I think your spiritual team wants to assure to you that it is working in your favor. Things that we might perceive as delays are often working in our favor, so that something is set into motion at the perfect timing, and you can't always see that until you get there. Speaking of delays, I just sat here and chilled no pun intended, for about 15 minutes while I waited for the room to cool down and the camera to cool down. And I wonder if that's a message for some of you, that maybe it is time to slow down, take a break, allow yourself to relax. That, yeah, because I feel like that's a third option that we need to talk about. It's not either we push through and power through these obstacles or we give up. Maybe we take a break. Maybe we take a break to recenter, to reevaluate certain aspects of our journey. With this give thanks to your body, this definitely feels like grounding, centering yourself, and yeah, centering yourself, putting yourself back at the center of things. Something about making your body and your well-being and your own peace a priority in this journey could really be helpful to you, rather than prioritizing things outside of you. So we're gonna get a couple more from this deck. We also have, the coconut octopus. It literally says you're on the right path. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is beautiful. The fact that I've had to restart this video a couple of times because of overheating means that the camera timer also restarts, because this is like a new video that I'm recording technically. Because of that, when I held up your coconut octopus card, the camera timer was at 147, which would not have happened if it was just continuously rolling 222. That would not have happened if the camera had just kept rolling from the start. And we were meant to see that 147. Because that is a very specific number to me that means that what you desire is in alignment with your highest good, and it's in alignment with your destiny. I feel like you made this your destiny because you loved it and you were passionate about it. We had to see that number for you, and that's just further proof of delays working in your favor. You're on the right path. Keep going through the in-betweens. Okay, one last card for my group number ones. We have the Olive Ridley Sea Turtle. Out of your comfort zone, you know what inevitably must be done. So there's that message again about needing to come out of your comfort zone, and some of you may be sabotaging your own efforts to come out of your comfort zone, although this could be something that is happening on a subconscious level. I'm also thinking of the instincts of the sea turtle. They know which direction to go. They hear the waves and they know that they have to move towards it. Your intuition really knows best in this situation. And the more we go through these cards, the more I feel very strong energies of facilitation from your higher self and from your spiritual team. They have your back. And there's been a lot of stuff happening since I started filming your group. I don't know if you could hear it, but at the very beginning of the reading, Yumi was barking a little bit upstairs. Then we had the camera overheating twice, and now there's thunder outside. Like, I think there's about to be a big thunderstorm outside. So I feel like all of this there's signs that are meant for you, that you're not alone in this journey, that you have divine support, and there is some kind of like highly strung or highly pent up energy. Like I kind of get the feeling that some big climax or culmination is about to happen in this journey. Maybe something to break through these obstacles and delays that you've been experiencing. But group number one, I have to say you want this for a reason. You know what you're doing. You're on the right path. You know what must be done. And it's not I think maybe now it's just a matter of either like waiting or redirecting. It's not about pushing through whatever's happening, and it's not about entirely giving up either. I think at this point it's about like regrouping and allowing yourself to be guided in a different direction or guided to a different approach, and trust that when that presents itself to you, you will know. I want to read this one from the guidebook. So card number 28. Here she is. Leafy sea dragon. Everything serves a purpose. Give thanks to your body. The leafy sea dragon has protrusions coming from all areas of its body, which serve as a sort of camouflage. Because predators often mistake this spectacular creature for seaweed, it has survived, although it says creator, which might be a sign for you, it has survived along the coasts it calls home. Therefore, when the leafy sea dragon appears within your reading, remember that everything in your life serves a purpose. This is an important message to embrace if you are harsh on your body concerning its physical appearance. Your body does not care whether society views it as too round, too edgy, too bumpy, too small, or too human. Your body cares only about keeping you alive, and it does so tirelessly with each breath you take. And this is worth giving thanks. The areas of your body that you were told aren't perfect are most likely serving you in so many ways. So whether you are able-bodied or not, your leafy sea dragon friend reminds you to give your body the love it shows you. That is so beautiful. And I would really extend this message to your journey, that everything about the way your journey is set up and the way it was designed, it serves a purpose for you. This feels like something, this is so beautiful. I'm seeing you as like this child who discovered something they love, and they're filled up with so much awe and wonder and inspiration and passion. And then that child's whole family like rallies to make it a reality. And this is kind of what your spiritual team is doing right now. It's like your soul has communicated to them, this brings me so much joy, this lights me up, I love this. Your spiritual team is like, say no more, we're gonna make this happen. It's like a destiny that you are creating as you go, because the love and passion that you feel towards it is so sacred. And it will serve so many for you to be able to live out this passion, that your spiritual team is going to make sure it happens, as long as you continue to choose it. But yeah, I think the last message I want to leave you with is like, don't power through, and also don't give up. Just take this time to breathe and redirect. I feel like that's an important message to leave you with. Can you hear the thunder now? That's crazy. And it's like eerily dark outside when I look out the window. So we're about to get a downpour for sure. Okay, group number 1. Those are all the messages that I have for you, so I'm going to leave your reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. And once again, thank you so much to Tarot Stack for collaborating with me. And thank you so much to the creators of these amazing decks. I love using them so much. I'm going to have this bundle linked down below, as well as the individual decks, if there's one in particular you would like to check out. Remember that you can see every card in the deck on Tarot Stack's website, and you can also, if you do want to get the bundle, you can get a 10% discount using the code KINO. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings just like this one, and you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below, and finally my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you. your higher self, to anyone who appeared in this reading, to their higher self, to your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi number twos. So if you guys chose the Seashell Heart, which I just think is so darling, this is going to be your reading. So here is the breakdown of the reading that we're going to do today. There's going to be two parts to it. The first part is the energy check to make sure that this is your group, which we will do with the dice. And then the second part is the main part of the reading, where we find out whether whatever is on your mind, is meant to be yours. And that will be done, of course, with the tarot and oracle decks. For the energy check, to make sure that this is your group, we're going to look at your energy towards it. So what energy does it bring out of you? What have you done so far to move towards it? And how sure are you about manifesting this into your life? Then in the main part of the reading with the tarot and oracle, we're going to see its energy towards you. What would your life be like if it were yours? And then finally, is it meant to be yours? And will it be yours? Because like we talked about a little bit in the intro, those are two different questions. And then we're going to finish off the reading with advice from your spiritual team. So that's going to be the reading today. Thank you so much for being here. And let's get into it, starting off with your dice. What is your energy towards it? The thing that you are asking about in today's reading. What is your energy towards it, group number 2? We have the sign of Leo and the sign of Sagittarius, 2 fire signs. Okay, so there's definitely quite a bit of passion here. This is something that you feel motivated towards, something that lights you up. With Leo energy here, this could be something that brings out your confidence, brings out your natural talents, or something that you feel really allows you to be your most authentic self. You might feel like you are your most authentic self, or you are shining the most when you are around this thing, around it, or engaging with it. And also, these 2 signs, because they're both fire signs, they are trining each other. And trine is quite a harmonious aspect. So I do feel like the energy between you and it, you would feel it as very harmonious, almost like this was made for me. Like it feels so natural. It feels so natural. It feels like a match made in heaven. It feels like it brings out the best in me. Perhaps you bring out the best in it as well. Group number 1 got Sagittarius energy as well, and we were talking about its expansiveness, its growth. I feel like you having this desire and you being on this manifestation journey has likely contributed a lot to your journey of personal growth and really becoming the version of yourself whom you want to be, especially because it's coming out with the sign of Leo. This could have been, I don't know why I use past tense. Maybe it's like you reminiscing on just how much this journey has taught you about yourself and highlighted aspects of yourself that you really like and that you really want to bring out more. This has maybe been something that has facilitated you building confidence or made you want to really work on being confident and loving yourself. So it's a really nice energy that we're starting off with, group number 2. I like this. I like this very much. How have you moved towards it so far? We have ooh, I really like this too. We have Saturn and Jupiter. I'm hearing patience. So right away, you have been patient on this journey. I also feel like you've been consistent and disciplined. These 2 energies work really nice together. Sometimes I think of Saturn and Jupiter as 2 parents, and one of them is like the parent that lets you eat candy all the time and do whatever you want. And then Saturn is like the parent who's really strict and rigid and regimented. And so when you combine both of them, you get this really nice, balanced middle ground energy. I feel like you have a beautiful balance of being very optimistic and hopeful about the situation, but also being realistic and like, this is gonna take time, this is gonna take effort, you know, it could go well, it could not go well. Like, I'm not gonna be delulu about it. I understand the implications. I understand what this is gonna take. But also I'm hopeful as heck about it. And also I'm really optimistic about it. And I want to bask in that hope and joy that this thing gives me. I think you're just doing a really good job at balancing both of those energies. And perhaps this is something that has really brought out your desire to like work hard and be disciplined and be consistent. I really feel that this journey has contributed a lot to your personal growth and your journey of self-improvement. It's very, very nice. Finally, how sure are you about this? How sure are you about manifesting this into your life? Okay, we have, okay, this feels like we're kind of in the middle. I feel like if someone was asking you, I forgot if I said this, but it's the numbers 4 and 6. I feel like if someone was asking you, like, do you think you're gonna make this work? Or do you think this is gonna happen? And you were getting real about it, you might say, I don't know. I really, really hope it does. But at the end of the day, I don't really know. But what I do know is that I'm going to keep trying and I'm going to keep being hopeful. It's almost as if you are holding on to your hope as a practical measure, because you understand that in order to keep going on this journey, you do need to have hope and you do need to be optimistic. So it's like optimism is a tool that you are employing in order to stay consistent. And in order to stay focused. Yeah, you're using hope and optimism to your advantage. You're using it really well. This is the number of the 6th house. I've probably said consistency about like 48 times since I started to film your group. I'm a little bit of a broken record, but I think that you really have made the efforts to make like setting intentions surrounding this journey or actively putting in efforts towards this journey a part of your daily life. And I think you are really holding yourself accountable to what needs to be done. I think you have a very realistic view on the situation. If you were ever wondering, like, am I delusional? Am I like in my head? No. You have a very realistic view of this situation. And with this number 4, that is also making me think, because the 4 is so, it's like stability, security, order, groundedness. I'm thinking of life path 4s who are like super hardworking, or the sign of Cancer that the 4th house is related to. That's a cardinal sign. They get stuff done. Yeah, I'm not worried about this group at all. Like, we could end the reading here, but let's get into your cards. So we have this tarot deck and this oracle deck. This is the Aurora Tarot, and this is the Below the Surface Oracle, and together this is the KINO Tarot Summer Bundle, which I've curated in collaboration with Tarot Stack. You've maybe seen this bundle in action in our previous video. We did a mid-year check-in video with this bundle, and I really liked using these together. Feel free to check out that video if you haven't already. But she is back. She's back for another video. And I'm just so excited to be collaborating with Tarot Stack again. I think a lot of you guys are familiar with them. They are a longtime friend of this channel, but they're an online shop that carries a huge selection of indie tarot and oracle decks. They are a beautiful collaborator and supporter in this community. Not only do they provide this platform where we can discover decks of all different styles from all different indie creators, but they help indie creators fund their tarot and oracle deck projects. So 50% of their profits go towards getting these decks printed and published and marketed out there into the world. And I'm just really grateful for what they do. They have worked with some of my own acquaintances in the community, and I may be working on a little something with them as well. You will have to wait and see. But for now, we have this beautiful bundle to share with you. So I'm gonna have this linked down below. I'm also gonna have the individual decks linked. If there's one in particular that you would like to check out, you can see every card in the deck on Tarot Stack's website. And if you would like to get the bundle, you can get a 10% discount on it using the code KINO. So thank you very much to Tarot Stack for that. And thank you so much to you guys for being here. And let's get into your reading. We are going to start with the Aurora Tarot. And we're gonna see what its energy is towards you. Oop. What is its energy towards you? This thing that you are desiring. We have, oh my gosh, we have the 9 of Cups. There's that Jupiter energy. We also have, the Tower. I'm gonna put these together because I wasn't thinking about the next question yet when I was shuffling, so I feel like this belongs to the first question. What would life be like if it were yours? We have the 7 of Pentacles that goes this way. Is it meant to be yours? The $1 million question. We have the 9 of Swords. And will it be yours? We have the Hermit. There's quite a bit of 9s going on, eh? In fact, every card that we have pulled for your reading is either a 9 or a 7. We have the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, the Hermit, which is the number 9. We have the 7 of Pentacles, and then the Tower is number 16, which numerologically reduces to 7. 7s and 9s could be significant to this group. Maybe some of you are life path 7s or life path 9s, or you could be born in 1997 or 1979, or July 9th or September 7th could be important dates for you. But let's get into this. I am so happy to see the 9 of Cups here, and I am so happy to see 1331 as I'm talking about it, because that is a mirroring number, 1331. Those are two numbers, 13 and 31, that mirror each other. And that just tells me that the feelings are mutual. The 9 of Cups tells us that, and the mirroring number is a confirmation of that. Its energy towards you with the 9 of Cups is so positive. It's so sweet. There's an energy of wanting. There's an energy of wishing. There could be an energy of crushing. If this is a person, this could be someone who has a crush on you, someone who wants you. But even if this is not a person, this could be something like, for example, this place wants you there. This industry wants you in it. This audience wants to hear what you have to say. Wherever you want to go, you are wanted there. Whomever you want is wanting you back. There's just that beautiful sense of reciprocity and a lovely confirmation with the 9 of Cups that this is a very positive thing for you. And the 9 of Cups is wish fulfilled. And like I said, we could have ended the reading at the dice, because I already know that you're going to make this thing yours. I already know that you're going to manifest this thing. And you probably already know that too, deep down. But another thing I want to say with the 9 of Cups is that there is this beautiful feeling of ease. And so I do think there's a message here that manifesting this into your life will bring not only a sense of fulfillment and joy, but a sense of ease, and also that you can go about manifesting this in a relatively easy way. This is not something that you have to suffer for. And so if at any point on this journey you are really feeling like you're suffering, like you're gonna burn out, like this is too much, like this is too hard, I feel like you're encouraged to consider the possibility that it doesn't have to be this way. There is a relatively easy way for you to reach this destination. That's important to remember. I also feel with the Tower here, this is going to be, and I feel like my choice of words is significant there. I didn't say this would be, I said this is going to be. I feel like this is something that you are going to manifest, group number 2, and it's going to be life-changing. It's going to be groundbreaking. It's going to be groundbreaking for you, or it's going to be groundbreaking for someone else. You could be making groundbreaking changes in a certain space, field, industry. You could be changing someone else's life. There's a feeling with the Tower of profound change and never going back. It doesn't feel as chaotic or scary as a lot of Tower cards do. It actually looks very beautiful. This doesn't look like anything falling apart. At least not anything that we didn't want to fall apart. I feel like this is welcome. I feel like this is the universe, you welcoming the universe into your life and saying like, please destroy anything that is not in my highest good. Please remove anything that is standing in the way. I welcome you in, like to come into this space and remove anything that is not meant to be here. And this sort of surrender actually feels very nice, as opposed to feeling terrifying, honestly, like the Tower card does a lot, because it's combined with this 9 of Cups energy of ease. Looking at this sun in the sky with an eye on it, I think group number 2, you also know very well if there's anything that needs to exit your life, or if there's anything that needs to be removed in order for you to receive this manifestation. I think you kind of already know intuitively what it is. I'm hearing there's not going to be any surprises. There's not going to be any rugs pulled out from under you. If something needs to go, you know what it is. And I feel like you actually have in some way given the universe and given your spiritual team permission to go ahead and do that. And I also feel, because this is about its energy towards you, so whatever or whomever is on the other side is doing the same things right now. Clearing things away, clearing anything away that would prevent you from stepping in. So if this is like a soulmate relationship, that could be that, you know, the person on the other side is cutting off their karmic ties, cutting cords with people to make space for the relationship with you, or a certain space, a certain group that you want to step into. They're like clearing things away to make space for you. This is a very specific message, but for some of you, I heard that perhaps some rules or regulations are changing or being abolished completely. And removing that is going to make it easier for you to come in. Some requirement is changing, and now you meet the requirements. Yeah, that's very specific. In terms of what life would be like if it were yours, we have the 7 of Pentacles. And so this lets me know that when this is yours, I want to say not if, when this is yours, it is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. I feel like this is something that you have waited for and worked towards for a long time, and you've really built the foundations for it. And it's something that will bring, I'm hearing prosperity. It will bring prosperity and blessings into your life for a long time to come, and you will see that it's worth it. I feel like, I want to say your life story is very much a testament to good things come to those who wait. We don't see it in this deck, but very often in the Seven of Pentacles, we see someone who's tending to a plant and the plant is bearing fruit. Sometimes it's like a money tree that is bearing money. But I think this is really a sign of all of your hard work and efforts paying off. And there's just something that feels predictable about the Seven of Pentacles. Again, this message of no surprises. It's like, oh my gosh, you mean if I put ingredients together and put it in the oven and follow a recipe, I'm gonna have a cake? Pfft, like mind blown. I'm being sarcastic, but it's like, of course, if you took these steps, you're going to get these results. It feels like something that is quite like predictable and under your control. And so I honestly feel like this energy of you being unsure, because there's that feeling of like, I don't know if it's gonna happen for me. I feel like maybe that's just you being humble, I'm hearing. It's just you being humble, or maybe you trying to kind of brace yourself in case something goes wrong. Like, you know, the oven could break. That's out of your control. It's like you're doing all the right things to make the cake, but also you never know. Like the oven could break, or you could, you know, you could spill the milk on the floor, or someone could come knock it over. Like who knows, right? Things can happen. So it's like you just want to stay cautious and be like, I don't know if this is going to happen, but I'm hopeful and it's looking good. But your spiritual team is very confident in you, group number 2. Like you're doing all the right things. You're following the recipe. You're following the formula. I feel like you're very informed on this journey. And you know that you're doing the right things. But you just want to stay like cautious. Or you want to keep that healthy skepticism or something. But I'm seeing your efforts bearing fruit. Absolutely. I think this is something, when it's yours, you really feel like, I could not ask for anything more. I feel like during this journey, you're not settling. So you're getting every last thing that you desire. And then when you do receive it, you're completely satisfied. I think you've spent a lot of time thinking about this, and you're very certain that it's something that you want. And you're very certain that this is it, nothing more, nothing less. I'm imagining someone who has really observed their lifestyle and observed their desires and has determined this is how much money I need to make per year in order to live my dream lifestyle, and this is what I need to do to get it. They do all the things, they get it, and yes, that amount of money per year was exactly what they needed, and it gives them everything they want. It's like it all comes out perfectly. You understood the assignment and you knew what needed to be done, and you knew what was going to come out of it, and it just worked out that way. Beautiful. It's amazing. And yeah, there's that feeling of it being perfect. Like you're not asking for too much, you're not asking for too little. You know exactly what you need to really be happy. I feel like you've spent a lot of time analyzing that. Man, I love your energy, group number 2. In terms of, is it meant to be yours? The Nine of Swords is saying to me, we don't even really need to worry about that. I feel like if you started getting into all of that, it would just add like unnecessary worry and confusion, because it already is going to be yours. And you're already doing all of the right things. It would be as if like you're studying really, really well for an exam. Your studying proves that you're going to pass. But if you didn't believe in yourself, maybe you start going to like readings or psychics and being like, am I gonna pass? And they start filling your head with all these other things. Or like maybe you're doing all the right things in your relationship, but if you doubt that, you're gonna start asking this person and that person for advice. And it's just gonna add more noise and more confusion when you're already doing the right things. I hope that that makes sense. I think it does. It's something that we don't even need to fill our head with, because you already know that you want it. You already know that you're doing the right things, and you already know that it's going to be yours. If I think of a better way to explain it, I will let you know. But I think that that's what you need to know. I guess I can kind of use myself as an example, because there was a long time in my life where I put so much pressure on like making music is my destiny. And like maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I feel like trying to think about that question, it just added unnecessary anxiety. Because then everything I did, I thought about like, is this bringing me closer to my destiny, or is this bringing me farther away? Or when I think it's my destiny, I'm like, am I wasting my potential? Am I gonna fumble my destiny? Like, it just added this extra layer of BS that I didn't need to be worrying about. It's like, let's not even go there. How about we focus on, how about you actually just make music? Like, how about you actually just stop thinking about it and just do the thing? Carry. So, I don't know. I think it's just extra mental weight that it won't help you. Just keep doing the thing. You know what I mean? If you think about it too much, it's gonna mess you up. Will it be yours, the Hermit? This is completely in your hands, and I kind of love that these people look the same. It looks like the same person with this flowy blue hair. You are in control. You are putting out your intention, and the universe is helping you. And I think you have a beautiful relationship with your higher self, with your internal compass, and with the universe that is guiding you. The Hermit is so in touch with their internal guidance system, with their soul, with what they truly desire. And I already said this before. I'm not gonna like repeat myself a million times, but you know so well that this is what you truly desire, and this is what makes you happy, and you know how to get there. And I think you have a beautiful, one thing about you is that you're very good at balancing and integrating things that might seem contradictory at first. Like, it's very this and that. It's not one or the other. Because there's something about you are good at studying how others before you have done it, or gaining knowledge and guidance from the outside world. And you're good at utilizing tried and true methods to get what you want. But also, if your inner voice says, let's do something off the beaten path, or let's do this a bit differently, let's like tailor this a little bit more to our uniqueness, you're very good at accommodating that as well. And as an example of this energy, I'm seeing a teacher who's like very good at sticking to the curriculum, but if they notice that a particular student needs a bit of a different approach, or like wants to do things in a different way, they can accommodate and leave flexibility for that. So it's like you're just so good at balancing between sticking to the plan, sticking to the tried and true methods, and also like being a free spirit and doing unconventional things. You can utilize both of those when it serves you very well, and you kind of feel your way through that. Oh, I love it. Did I mention I love your energy, group number 2? I love it. So yes, that's the answer. Yes, it will be yours. And you know this, and I'm just confirming this. So finally, we are going to get advice from your spiritual team. Group number 2, spiritual team. It's a pleasure to have you here. What advice do you have for group number 2? We have the Ochre Sea Star, embracing rapid changes. You are fully equipped. So it looks like your journey is about to suddenly accelerate and a lot's going to be changing at once. This is literally number 5, the number of change. And I think your spiritual team just wants you to know that you're ready for it, and we're not going to throw anything your way that you can't handle. We also have number 33, Spotted Eagle Ray. I don't know why I wanted to say Sea Ray. I don't even think that's a thing. Maybe it is. Spotted Eagle Ray. Control issues, let it go. Okay. Together, these feel like a lot of rapid changes coming into your life, and you sort of having to just embrace the chaos. You're gonna have a lot going on, and some things are gonna slip through the cracks, and that's okay. I don't know why this is the example that's coming to my mind, but maybe your laundry piles up a little bit. You know, maybe your laundry piles up a little bit. Maybe you have to cancel some of your plans. Maybe you forget something. I was gonna say you forget someone's birthday, but I hope that that's not the case. But certain things might slip through the cracks. And I think if you try to hold everything together, you're gonna go crazy. Embrace the chaos. The people in your life will understand that you have a million things going on. It's like, we can't keep going managing all the little things as normal when there's all of these big changes happening. So embrace the chaos for a while. Maybe your house gets a bit messy for a while. Maybe there's a certain habit that you have to skip for a while. Like maybe you skip a couple of workouts or something because there's just too much happening, and that's very much okay. It just feels like little things needing to take the back seat. And that's not me saying that like your workout practice is a little thing. Of course that's important, but just, you know, it's okay if you miss one day. It's okay if things get a little bit messy for a while, kind of thing. Get one more for my group number 2s. Finally, we have the Dumbo octopus with the number 13, and it says, I'm having trouble talking, stop chasing, attract what you desire. Our Lord and Savior Skrillex once said, success is not something you chase, it's something you attract. We're gonna read this one from the guidebook. I feel like this one is important. Speaking of messy, your girl just, the Aurora Tarot, a bunch of cards just fell on the floor. We're gonna deal with that later. I'm gonna surrender to the chaos right now. Card number 13. Dumbo octopus. Stop chasing, attract what you desire. This is on page 49. With its quirky ear-like fins and innate ability to attract animals to feed on, the Dumbo octopus passes its wisdom on to you. There's no need to break a sweat chasing the next big opportunity or romantic relationship. Stop chasing and start attracting. You may have heard of the phrase like attracts like, which suggests that individuals attract others similar to them. Well, the same goes for thoughts and intentions. So when the Dumbo octopus shows up in a reading, ask yourself whether your thoughts and actions align with your goals and beliefs. Are you acting and thinking in alignment with the highest version of yourself, or are you letting worrisome thoughts attract more things over which to stress? Now is the time to regain focus and put all your energy into what you desire from life. Work towards your goals while loving what you do, and all else will follow. As I read through this passage, it really reminds me of our very first tarot card, the Nine of Cups, where we were saying there is a way for you to complete this journey in a way that is relatively easy. And as the passage said, think about what your thoughts and actions are aligning you with. If you are chasing, you are going to align yourself with things that need chasing. Whatever you are doing to obtain something is whatever you're going to need to do to maintain that thing. I can say this from experience. If you have to chase someone to get them to want to be in a relationship with you, then you're going to have to chase them to stay in that relationship. Whatever you are doing, you're creating a reality that would require you to keep doing that in the long term. So maybe thinking about, is this what I want to be doing in the long term? Is this sustainable? Am I creating a life that requires me to be a chaser, or am I creating a life that requires me to just be and attract? Yes, so I think those are all of the pieces of advice from your spiritual team. So we're going to end the reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. I just want to say once again, thank you so much to Tarot Stack for collaborating with me, and thank you to the creators of these beautiful decks. It is such a pleasure to use them. I'm going to have this bundle linked down below. I'm also going to have the individual decks if you would like to check one of them out in particular. Remember that you can see every card in the decks on Tarot Stack's website, and if you would like to get the bundle, you can get a 10% discount on it with the code KINO. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings just like this one, and you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below, and finally my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to your higher self, to anyone who appeared in this reading, to their higher self, and I'm sending love to your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number threes. So if you guys chose this little Fluorite Seahorse, this is going to be your reading. So here is the breakdown for today's reading. There's going to be two parts to it. The first part is an energy check to make sure that this is your group, and we're going to do that with the dice. And then the second part is the main part of the reading, where we see, is it, whatever is on your mind, meant to be yours? And we're going to do that with, of course, the tarot and oracle cards. So for the energy check, to see if this is your group, we're going to look at your energy towards it. So what energy does this bring out of you? How have you been moving towards it so far? And how sure are you about manifesting this into your life? And then in the main part, we're going to see its energy towards you. What would life be like if it were yours? Is it meant to be yours? And will it be yours? Because like we kind of talked about in the intro, those are two separate questions. And then we're going to finish off the reading with advice from your spiritual team. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get into it. So starting with the dice, What energy does it bring out of you? This thing that you are manifesting, this thing on your mind, what does it bring out of you? So we have, interesting, we have Cancer and we have Capricorn energy coming through. And these are sister signs. They are on opposite ends of the zodiac wheel, and they are sort of like two sides of the same coin. And it's interesting that there is a water sign and an earth sign. This is giving the feeling of balancing your spiritual and practical energy. These are also both cardinal signs, which is about movement, it's about action, it's about initiative. All of the groups so far have gotten this message about being motivated by their thing. And I feel like that's a really, really good sign. This is something that brings motivation and drive out of you. This is something that has helped you or taught you about balancing your spiritual and practical side. I'm also thinking about how Cancer energy is like the more private and intimate energy, and Capricorn energy is the more like public persona. So there could be something about that where this situation has taught you about like who you are out in the world versus who you are in a more private, intimate setting. Maybe this situation has helped you to create those boundaries and to give equal love and energy to both of those sides of you and not neglect one for the other. This could also be the contrast between your career life and your home life, your material aspirations versus your emotional aspirations. Maybe this is a situation that kind of combines both of those, or that highlights the duality between those two things. If this situation involves another person, there could be something about their public image versus who they are in private that's being highlighted, or kind of uncovering what is behind someone's persona. Interesting. Okay, we are also going to see what moves have you taken towards this so far. So we have the South Node and we have Uranus. Okay, this immediately gives the feeling of breaking free from past patterns to introduce something radically different into your life. There could have been a habit that you had that was really not serving you and that was really hard for you to break, but because of the motivation that this situation gives you, it helped you to finally break free from this old habit, or like finally break an old cycle, or finally break an old pattern, which is beautiful. I feel like you are fully prepared to step outside of your comfort zone in order to manifest this, or to do things in a completely different way and take a completely different approach in order to manifest this. You are willing to dive into unfamiliar territories. You are willing to challenge yourself. You are willing to keep an open mind, and always remember that there are certain things that you don't know, is how it's coming through. I guess embracing the unknown, which is embracing unfamiliarity, but also just embracing the truth that there are some things you don't know. Whether that's aspects of yourself or aspects of another person. I'm also hearing I'm down for the ride, or like I'm along for the ride. Whatever twists and turns this journey brings, I feel like you're here for it. 555 as I say that. It's like you're very loyal to this wish, and you're loyal to the universe and the universe's plan. But yeah, I think in terms of what you've done to move towards this, any like old patterns, old cycles, old habits that you've been breaking, or anything like radically new and unfamiliar that you've been introducing and like challenging yourself to that new energy, that is something that has been helping you move towards it. I'm hearing like doing something that feels foreign to you is also coming through like that. And then how sure are you about this coming into your life? Okay, I feel like it kind of depends on the day for my group number 3s. I feel like there may be some days where you just feel so good about it and you feel so sure about it and you're like, yes, absolutely, this is meant to be, like this is in the stars, this is in my destiny, and like I'm hearing you feel over the moon about it. And then there's other days where you might feel kind of iffy or kind of on the fence. I am judging from this energy that my group number 3s, you are a very sensitive soul. And so I think that maybe you pick up on the subtle fluctuations of energy from day to day. Sorry, I'm having a hard time talking today, and I'm gonna blame Mercury retrograde for that. So yeah, I think you pick up on the subtle fluctuations of energy from day to day, and small shifts can lead to a strong emotional reaction from you, which I feel like could make the journey feel like a bit of a roller coaster sometimes. But yeah, this is giving me the vibe of a sensitive soul. I also feel like you're very creative for sure, and you're extremely creatively talented. And with this comes a very, very vivid imagination, which I think can be a blessing and a curse, because when you are visualizing something, or even when you're dreaming about something, I think it feels quite vivid and intense to you. So if you're having a positive visualization, then you're going to feel over the moon. But if you start getting carried away with visualizing the negative outcome, that could really, really affect you more strongly than the average person, finger quotes, because like, what does that even mean? But I think you're just like, you have a particularly vivid, maybe you have like a vivid mind's eye, or your dreams are very, very vivid. So like if you had a good dream about this situation, that will carry you for a long time feeling really, really good about it. And then if you have a bad dream about it, I think it's hard for you to just brush it off and be like, oh, that was just a nightmare, or like that was just a stress dream, because it feels so real, you know? So I think that whether you feel good about this manifestation or not, you're kind of highly impressionable to the energies around you. I also think that sometimes you could stop yourself when you're getting really, really happy and really, really hopeful about it. You could kind of stop yourself and be like, no, we're being delusional. Like, we need to chill. Like that kind of thing. I honestly don't know if there's ever times where you're completely hopeless or you've completely given up on it. I don't feel that. It's kind of like you're either really, really, really sure or you're on the fence. But I feel like you never just throw away this wish or give up on this wish. It's always in your heart. So if this sounds like you, then keep watching, because we're going to get into the main part of your reading now, where we see, is this meant to be yours? So we're going to be using the Aurora Tarot and the Below the Surface Oracle, and together these are the KINO Tarot Summer Bundle, which I've curated in collaboration with Tarot Stack. You have maybe seen this bundle in action in a previous video that we did. We did a mid-year check-in with these decks, and it was absolutely lovely. Feel free to check that out if you haven't already. But I'm so happy to be collaborating with Tarot Stack again. In case you haven't heard of them before, they are an online shop that carries a huge selection of indie tarot and oracle decks. They are a longtime friend of this channel. You have most definitely seen a lot of Tarot Stack's collections here in my videos if you are a frequent watcher of this channel. Thank you, by the way, if you are. And I'm so grateful for what they do for our community. Not only do they provide this platform for us to discover new decks of all different styles from all different indie creators, but they work directly with indie creators to help them fund their tarot and oracle deck projects. So they help them get their decks printed and published, marketed out there into the world so that those of us who need their messages can find them. And I may be working on something with them as well that will be revealed. Well, actually, I've already talked about it, but the finished product will be revealed soon. Anyway, I'm going to have this bundle linked down below in the description and the pinned comment. I'm also going to have the individual decks linked if there's one in particular that you would like to check out. You can see every card in the decks on Tarot Stack's website, and if you would like to get this bundle, you can get a 10% discount with the code KINO. So thank you very much to Tarot Stack for that. Thank you guys so much for being here, and let's get into your reading. So we're going to start with the Aurora Tarot. And the first thing we want to know is, what is its energy towards you? We have the Knight of Swords. Okay. What would life be like if it were yours? We have the Five of Wands. Is it meant to be yours? The Moon. And will it be yours? The Chariot. Oh my gosh. I love how quickly and smoothly these cards came out. I feel like that's a really good sign. Obviously, we were rolling astrology dice before, but zodiac signs that could be significant. So, you know, you or someone else having these placements. We have Cancer energy, Leo energy, Aquarius energy, and Pisces energy. So those could be significant to you. When it comes to its energy towards you, the situation, the wish that you're asking about, its energy towards you is the Knight of Swords. So it's coming at you, and it's coming at you fast. I feel like this is something that, I mean, just to spoil it, yes, it will be yours with the Chariot, and it will be yours fast. Both of these are moving fast, I have to say. It's like giddy up, it's go time. So this is something that is coming into your life sooner than you think. And I also feel like it might manifest into your life in a different way than what you expected, because the way you have in mind right now would take longer than whatever's actually gonna happen. It's like, you think it's coming to you on a boat, but it's coming to you on a jet, in a spaceship kind of thing, much faster. So yeah, it's coming in a different way that will take less time. It may feel kind of sudden. I'm hearing like, I can't believe this thing that I used to dream about for so long is like finally here. It kind of feels, it feels surreal. I think it's not going to feel real to you for some time. You're going to feel, in the weeks following this manifestation, you are going to feel really spaced out. I think it's going to be hard to focus on things in your daily life because life just doesn't feel real. It does not compute. Yeah, it's coming at you fast. In terms of what your life is going to be like when it manifests, we have the Five of Wands, and this is telling me a couple of things. I think that there are several aspects about your current life that cannot be the same once this has manifested. And maybe you already know that, but there's a feeling of butting heads or conflict or competition with the Five of Wands. And so I feel like with manifesting this, it's kind of ushering in a new dynamic to your life that is just not compatible with some things that are currently in your life. I don't know why this is the example that's coming to my mind, but I think just to illustrate it, let's say you were somebody who shares a lot of your life on social media. This is just a hypothetical example, right? Let's say you post all of the details about your life on social media. Like, hey, I'm in this location and I'm having lunch at this place and this is what I did today, just like documenting it all. And then let's say you enter into a relationship with a really like high profile person. You cannot be posting the details of your life anymore, can you? You cannot be posting your location and talking about all of these details, because we have to keep this private and low key now. So it's something like that. Of course, that energy can manifest in different ways, but with welcoming this manifestation into your life, there's certain ways in which you currently live your life that are not going to be compatible with it. It could even be like if you're manifesting a companion animal and then you have to change a lot of things in your house or change even where you live because it's not compatible with having animals, or something like that. Or you get your dream job, now you have to get a car because it's like changes will have to be made, otherwise life would be inconvenient or difficult, or it just wouldn't work. I also feel like your values could change. Your values and your priorities could change after manifesting this. Another thing that came through with the Five of Wands is that this could be something that makes some people envious of you. It could be people you know, it could be people you don't know. But some people are going to be envious of you. And this could be because others want something similar to what you have, or it could be that they wanted that exact thing that you have. In the example where you were manifesting a relationship, it could be that people are envious just because they see how happy you are and they want that for themselves. Or it could literally be that they wanted your specific person. Like they could be kind of jealous in a very specific way. They wanted the exact thing that you have. And so I know this is kind of a sad message, but I just feel like you can't be so trusting anymore. And I think there is something for a lot of you about having to be more private, which maybe you're like, done, I'm already super private. But I just get the sense that for some of you, this might be sad, a sad change. For those of you who like sharing about your life with others, you may not be able to do that so easily anymore, either because you have to keep something low key or because people are envious. Oh man, that sucks. Because I feel like some of you really want to share what's going on in your life, or want to share about your joy, or want to share about the work that you're doing. There could be something that you have to do anonymously. You can't put your name on it. Maybe like a ghostwriter situation, or you can't openly take credit for something. There's this part of you that wants to be like, that's me, I did that, but you can't. Maybe that you signed an agreement and maybe it's just like you love sharing with your friends and family about your job, but you've signed an agreement and there's some things you can't talk about. Weird. Let me know if you know what this is referring to. But there's something about your life becoming more private. And there's also something about attracting envious energies. Interesting. For is it meant to be yours, we have the moon. That's this over the moon energy that we were talking about. When I was channeling messages from the dice, it was the 12th house, that Piscean energy that made me think of being over the moon, that made me think of being extremely sure that something was meant for you. Your intuition has been telling you this all along. And group number 3, I have to tell you something. You are the first group where I am definitively saying this was meant to be yours. I think in group 1, there was a message of like, it's up to you. Group number 2, it was like, don't even worry about that. But this is the first group where I can straight up say, yes, this is meant to be yours. Yes, what your intuition is telling you is correct. Yes, what your dreams are telling you is correct. Some of you are going to feel like it's delusional to believe that. Especially if this, because this is competition, especially if this is something that like, oh, so many people want it, but not everybody can have it. Maybe it feels delusional to you. Like, who am I to think that I'm the one who's going to get it when so many people also want to manifest this, or like so many people want to manifest something similar and it doesn't happen for everyone. There may be something kind of rare about what it is that you want, and so being like, yeah, I'm the one who's meant to receive this might feel kind of delulu to you. But in this case, I don't know what to tell you, group number 3, it was meant to be yours. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can move on to being happy in your life. And I feel like moving through life, like, you know, it's meant to be yours, is going to be extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. Yeah, that's really all I got to tell you with the tarot, group number 3. So let's get into your oracle deck. And let's see what advice your spiritual team has for you. Group number 3, spiritual team, what advice do you have for my group number 3s? The die just got flipped upside down by the card, and now it says 21 instead of 12. May 21st could be a date that is significant. We have the Titan triggerfish. Some people are gonna be Titan triggerfish about you getting your manifestation. Yeah, I think some people are gonna be triggered. Your bold side, make the first move. So maybe this thing that we're talking about happening very suddenly, it could be that an opportunity to make this yours is going to be presenting itself to you very quickly, very suddenly, and you have to go for it. Maybe it's that you see the opportunity. Like, for example, if there's some contest that is announced, you have to be the one to enter the contest. The contest is not going to specifically reach out to you and say, hey, would you like to enter this contest? Or like, the job isn't going to reach out to you and be like, hey, would you like to apply for this job? But the listing will be posted, and you have to be the one to say like, that's my opportunity, that's for me, I'm gonna go for it. And maybe, you know, with the Knight of Swords and the Chariot, it could be a little bit of a time sensitive thing. Maybe there's a specific, sorry, I just had a little burp come out. Maybe there's an event that's happening on a specific date, and you have to make it known that you want to go, or you have to just show up, or maybe there's a deadline of some sort. But yeah, it looks like you are making the first move. I also feel that for some of you, you might be in resistance to the message, or not believe the message that people are envious of you. And it's kind of, that comes from the same place as, you know, there's that part of you that says, who am I to think that this is meant for me? It's like a very humble energy. Who am I to think that this is meant for me? And like, oh, who do I think I am that people would be envious of me? But they are. We also have Walrus Calf with the number 7. Your inner, yeah, I think you needed this message. I think your spiritual team wants you to know that despite this envious energy that might be around you, you are protected. Your inner world is safe. Embracing all your emotions to create a state of flow. A piece of advice for you is don't ignore your emotions. Transmute them. Use them to create something or use them to propel you forward. Your emotions are your greatest fuel. That's how, yes, that's how the Cancer and Capricorn energies work together. Because the Capricorn energy goes out into the world and is ambitious and enterprising and is making moves and achieving goals. But they need fuel to do that. And it's your sensitive and emotional side that's going to fuel you. Your emotions are going to be your fuel to help you make moves out in the world. Channel that vivid imagination, channel that creativity. The last card is reluctant. Cards keep going like, ooh, ooh, and then not coming out. The last card is reluctant. Are you gonna get cold feet? Are you gonna get cold feet because it's happening so fast? I'll tell you, there are certain things that I feel like I really want, but if they were to show up on my doorstep tomorrow, I would be shooketh and I would probably chicken out. So maybe something like that's happening for you, where it's so funny, eh? Like before it comes into your life, you'll be like, why isn't it here yet? Why isn't it here yet? And then when it suddenly shows up, you'll be like, wait, I'm not ready. That's funny how that works. Okay, we have, that makes so much sense. Be the bigger person. The Oarfish, number 35. Your kindness is your strength. Let's read this one from the guidebook. Be the bigger person. You have no reason to feel guilty for anything. I don't even know why I'm saying this, but you have no reason to feel guilty for anything. You have no reason to be ashamed of anything. Don't let anyone make you feel bad for the abundance that you manifest or for the blessings that you have, because those were always meant to be yours. Your kindness is your strength on page 93. The oarfish is a mysterious giant in the ocean. This is the longest bony fish species still alive today. I don't know why, but when I read long and bony, I thought about like a tall, skinny person, so that might be significant for some of you. Much remains unknown about this mesmerizing creature. However, we do know that oarfish feed primarily on zooplankton. And now I'm thinking about Plankton, who's like jealous of Mr. Crab's success. And that's very important because Plankton is always trying to take down Mr. Krabs. Plankton's always trying to steal his formula. Plankton's always trying to cause the demise of the Krusty Krab, but he can't. It never works. And so you have to not worry about that. No, don't worry about Plankton. You are Mr. Krabs in this situation. You're making your money. You have the secret formula. You have monopoly of Bikini Bottom. Everyone's coming for your Krabby Patties. Plankton is bitter about it, but you don't have to worry about Plankton. You just have to be the bigger person and wish Plankton's success and happiness and love and light. And that's the thing, is like, I feel like you would genuinely be happy if Plankton was successful too. So why can't Plankton be happy for you? I don't know. Anyway, Or a fish, feeding on zooplankton. Overall, they seem to take life easy and possess a relatively relaxed temperament. The oarfish brings you messages of wisdom and maturity. Be the bigger person as often as is available, especially with people known to test your patience. The phrase "kill them with kindness" perfectly describes how to react when someone is purposefully trying to trigger you, like the trigger fish, or someone is attempting to use you as their emotional punching bag. You need not match their energy and quickly defend or protect yourself. The oarfish reminds you it isn't worth your energy or time. Don't give your triggers the attention or reaction they are looking for. That's not how that sentence goes. Or reaction for which they are looking. Instead, meet them with kindness and set an example of how to handle any situation peacefully. This approach will help you maintain your personal power and dignity no matter what anyone else does. Exactly. And I feel like this provides a lovely context to when you move through the world, like, you know this is meant for you, it will be very empowering. Because, like, let's say you manifest all this, but you still have that little chip on your shoulder of like, what if this is not meant for me? Then when someone is trying to trigger you, they will be able to like destabilize you, I'm hearing. If you have that little bit of doubt of like, what if this isn't meant for me? If someone wants to, they can like hit you where it hurts there. But if you know with all your heart and soul, which you should, because it is meant for you, then you will just let everyone chatter away. Yeah, the oarfish doesn't care. The oarfish has a relaxed temperament, as we just learned. Yeah, when you know something is meant for you, you know that it can't be taken away. And that's just it. So, group number 3, I think that these are all of the messages for you, so I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you, and thank you so much once again to Tarot Stack for collaborating with me, and thank you so much to the amazing creators of these decks. I absolutely love using these decks separately, together. You're going to be seeing them a lot more on this channel. I'm going to have this bundle linked down below if you would like to check it out. I'll also link the individual decks if there's one in particular that has caught your eye. Remember that you can look at every card in the deck on Tarot Stack's website. And if you would like to get the bundle, you can get a 10% discount using the code KINO. I don't know if I said this already, but I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings just like this one, and you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to your higher self, to anyone who appeared in this reading, to their higher self, and to your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number 4s. So if you guys chose the Moonstone Starfish, this is going to be your reading. So here is the breakdown of today's reading. We're going to have 2 parts. The first part is an energy check where we're going to make sure this is your group. We're going to do this with the dice. And then the second part is going to be the main part of the reading where we uncover whether whatever you're thinking of, is meant to be yours. And we're going to do this, of course, with the tarot and oracle cards. So for the energy check, we are going to be looking at your energy towards this thing. So if it does sound like you and what your experiences has been like so far, then that will be your sign that this is your group. We're going to see what energy does this bring out of you, how have you been moving towards it so far, and how sure are you about manifesting this into your life. And then in the main part of the reading, we are going to see its energy towards you. What would your life be like if it were yours? And then finally, is it meant to be yours? And will it be yours? Because these are two different questions. We have to ask both of them. And then we're going to finish off the reading with messages and advice from your spiritual team. So that is the reading that we're going to be doing today. Thank you so much for being here. And let's get started with your energy check to make sure that this is your group. So we are asking, what is group number 4's energy towards this? What is group number 4's energy? We have Taurus energy and we have Aries energy. So I feel like you're quite stubborn about this in a good way. Like, I think your feeling is like, I'm going to make this happen no matter what it takes. When I saw Taurus energy here, this made me think of something being grounded in your physical reality, you know, making something real, making something tangible. So it really was giving manifestation vibes, but Taurus energy is quite persistent, perseverant, and it's fixed. Like, it's not given up, it's not going anywhere. 222 as I'm saying that. So I feel like you are committed to making this happen. And then with Aries energy as well, because Aries energy is bold, daring, it dives into endeavors. Aries kind of it's often described as impulsive. I think it's more of just like a go-getter energy. Let's just go for it. Let's act first and think about it later. So I think this is something that is very often at the forefront of your mind. And when you are presented with any sort of opportunity that could make this happen or that could bring you closer to it, you're just gonna go for it. And I'm also hearing try all the ways. I think you're quite good at not overthinking things. I don't think this Aries energy means like impulsivity, especially because it's paired with Taurus. I think it means that you're good at not overthinking things and you're good at taking action and just going for it when the universe opens a door for you. So this is quite nice energy. I'm also hearing thorough, like you're very thorough about something. So what have you done so far, or how have you moved towards this so far? We have the moon and we have Neptune. So a lot of the work that you have done so far, it could be mostly inner work, because we have the moon, which deals with your inner world, your emotions. We have Neptune, which is not so tangible. And perhaps it's because you have this realization that in order to make this a tangible reality and in order to have it really last in your life, you need to be in the right frame of mind. You need to have the right outlook. You need to be at a good place within yourself to really welcome this into your life and take proper care of it and keep it and maintain it. I think this situation could have been a catalyst for inner work, for shadow work, for getting to know your unconscious more and making your unconscious conscious. Because like if there's anything subconscious going on that is hindering your manifestations, that is holding you back, you want to know about it. And I think this is a part of you being really thorough. So this is actually kind of making me think you might still be in the early stages of manifesting this. Because it's like, I'm going to start with my mindset. I'm going to start with my inner world. It starts with me. And when I get in a good place within myself, then I'm going to step out into the world. It's like the focus is still largely inward. Another interpretation of this is that some of you maybe were taking steps out in the world to make this happen, and then when it wasn't really going in your favor or it wasn't going how you expected, you took a step back and said, okay, let's examine within and see what is going on, because something funky might be going on in my inner world. I'm hearing you're good at troubleshooting. This journey, I think, has made you quite good at being introspective and analyzing situation. How sure are you about manifesting this? How sure are you? We have the numbers 6 and 7. These represent the 6th and 7th house because these are, of course, astrological dice. But I'm also thinking about how these numbers are kind of in the middle. Like when we go from the 1st to the 12th house, 6 and 7 are kind of in the middle. So you may be feeling that things are still kind of up in the air. You may be feeling that this manifestation has not really taken root yet, or it's not for sure yet. I would say that you are very sure that you want it. Like you're not going back and forth about that. But when it comes to like, will it happen? You may still be a little bit unsure. I honestly think that you are doing the right things to make this happen, but something is kind of getting in your head. Something to do with other people. So for example, this could be you're doing all the right things for your journey, but then when you look around and compare your journey to others, you might think that you're doing something wrong or you're not doing enough. Feel like your journey should look more like someone else's. Or it could be something like you're really confident, but then when you hear the narratives of other people around you that are more fear-based or doubtful or pessimistic, you start to think, oh, well, maybe I'm being too hopeful. Maybe I'm wishful thinking too much. Maybe I should be more realistic like this person. There's kind of this feeling of other people getting in your head or other people getting in the way. But if you stay true to yourself and if you stay true to your own inner guidance, then I think you would be a lot more sure. Interesting. So if this sounds like you, then keep watching because this is your group. We're going to get into your cards now and answer the main questions of the day. We are going to be using the Aurora Tarot and the Below the Surface Oracle, and together these are the KINO Tarot Summer Bundle, which I've curated in collaboration with Tarot Stack. You maybe saw this bundle in action in one of our previous videos. We did a mid-year check-in with these and they were so beautiful. It was a great reading. Feel free to check that out if you would like to. And many of you may also be familiar with Tarot Stack already. If you are a frequent watcher of my channel, you've definitely seen a lot of the decks they carry in my videos, but they're an online shop that has a huge selection of indie tarot and oracle decks. They are a longtime friend of this channel, longtime collaborator, and they are just such a wonderful supporter in this community. Not only do they provide this platform for us to find decks of different creators, different genres, but they are actively working with indie deck creators to help them fund their projects. So they help these creators get their decks printed and published and marketed out there into the world so that those of us who need their messages can access them. And I'm just so grateful for what they do. I'm working on something with them as well, which more information will be revealed about that soon, but we are working on a project together and I'm so excited about it. So I'm gonna have this bundle linked down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. And I'm also gonna link the individual decks if there's one in particular that you are resonating with. You can look at all of the cards in the decks on Tarot Stack's website, and if you would like to get the bundle, you can get a 10% discount using the code KINO. So thank you very much to Tarot Stack for that, and thank you so much to you guys. And let's get into your reading. So we are starting with the Aurora Tarot. I feel like the air conditioning is being unnecessarily noisy. I had to turn it on before because my camera overheated, and that had literally never happened before, but it's really hot today and she just couldn't take it. So we'll see how she does. I feel like it's sufficiently cooled down in here. So hopefully we don't have any problems. Okay, group number 4. The first thing we're going to ask the tarot is, what is its energy towards you? Whoa, we have the 10 of Pentacles. It is matching your energy, group number 4. And as soon as I put this card down, it was 11:11 on the camera timer. We love to see it. That's a big confirmation. Whatever it is, whatever you are manifesting, whatever you are asking about in today's reading, it is absolutely matching your energy, because we have uncovered that you are stubbornly manifesting this. You are not giving up. You are not changing your mind. And it is doing the same thing. It is not giving up on you. It is not changing its mind about you. And there's something about, like, it's been a long time. Like, there could be someone who's been interested in you for a long time, or a certain space or a certain role that has been waiting for you to occupy it for a long time, or someone wanting to build something long-term with you. You check all the boxes for this role that you're wanting, or for this manifestation that you're wanting. You check all of the boxes for it. In terms of what your life would be like if it were yours, we have the Ace of Swords and Justice. So we have a 1. All of these are 1s. And we saw 11:11. That's your number. 11:11, or repeating 1s. That's your number. And when you see it, it's a confirmation that yes, this is meant to be yours. I will say that. We didn't even pull the card for that yet, but it's so obvious. This is a number 10, so when we reduce it numerologically, it's a 1 card. We have a 1, and an 11. Like, yeah. So yeah, these represent what your life will be like when it's yours. We have the Ace of Swords and Justice. And okay, I don't know anything about Chapel Roan. I just suddenly started hearing about her. I know that she's doing very well in her musical career right now. But I saw a short clip of her on, and I don't even remember who it was, maybe Jimmy Fallon, like one of the late night talk shows. And they asked her, how does it feel to be gaining all of this success now? Because she had been pursuing her musical career for many, many years, I think. And then is like just finally starting to gain the commercial success. And when she was asked how it feels, she said, it feels like I was right all along. She said something like that, and it stood out to me. And I think that's kind of how you're feeling when this is yours. It feels like I was right all along. And in some ways, it might feel like justice has been served. So not only is this meant to be yours, I think your spiritual team wants you to know that this is something that you truly deserve. In the material sense, in the spiritual sense, this is something that you truly deserve. When I look at these crowns, I think of the expression fit for a queen, fit for a king, fit for a ruler. You are getting the best of the best. You are being victorious with these crowns. And yeah, I also feel that message of you truly deserving it. It's because you have been, or you will be, blindly trusting the universe's guidance in many situations. Having to just listen to the universe and step into the unknown, even when the universe didn't reveal to you why you have to do this or why this has to happen. You just went along with it. And so this is what the universe, it sounds weird to say the universe owes you, but this is what you have coming to you. This is what you deserve for everything that you've done, for everything that you've been through. I often feel with the Justice card for readings like this, there's a message of it only makes sense that you would manifest this. It's only natural. It is the natural order of things. Like a what goes up must come down kind of situation. For what you have done, for the efforts you have put in, this just must come to you, and that's just how it is. So feeling like it was all worth it, feeling like you were right. There could be something about you. I definitely feel this manifestation is going to bring in a new beginning in your life. Like it's going to be very significant in that it marks the start of a new chapter. There was your life before this blessing came in, and there's your life after. And it's very different. I feel like a lot of clarity is coming to you. There could be a lot of truths coming out. Things that you had to just move forward without knowing before, it's now all being revealed to you. There could also be something about you gaining a platform, using your voice, sharing your knowledge. There could also be something about you advocating for others, helping to bring justice to others. Whatever blessings you're receiving here, you're definitely using them for good. I see you receiving them very humbly and making a promise to the universe, like, I will never take this for granted. I promise that I will use what you have given me for good. I promise I will use what you've given me to serve the collective and to serve others' highest good as well. For is it meant to be yours, we have the 3 of Wands. And the universe is saying you would make this happen even if it wasn't written in your destiny. You would be able to make this happen because that's how talented you are. That's how persistent you are. That's how smart and capable you are. That's how driven you are. I think the universe is saying something like, your destiny is a dynamic thing. I feel like you maybe had multiple destined paths, and sometimes they might intersect each other, and this is just one of them. So even if you didn't manifest this path, there would be other things that are also meant for you. Like, you don't have just one, and I feel like most of us don't have like one set path that is meant for us, but that's something that's being highlighted here. And, for example, maybe you have multiple soulmates with whom you could have like the love of your lifetime, or maybe you have multiple potential jobs that you would excel at and that you would serve humanity with. You have a few, like there's a few main roads in your life, and this is one of them. And maybe you have an idea of what the others are. But this is Aries energy as well, this 3 of Wands. And so I do think that in your lifetime, you have, I want to say agreements with spirit, with your spiritual team, with your soul group, that you will really lead with your free will. So you have these few destined paths, these potential ways you could go, and any of them are equal. Let me form this sentence. Any of them are equally valid is what I was going to say. I guess that makes sense. Like, no matter which one you chose, your spiritual team is going to be happy, your higher self is going to be happy, and you could even choose something else. It's like, I'm imagining you kind of planning out your incarnation with your spiritual team. And there's like, let's just say there's 3, because this is a 3 card. There's like 3 main paths that I could take in my life. And I just kind of want to see how I feel once I incarnate. I want to see what my human self gravitates towards. So I could easily go for any of these. And I might even come up with something else while I'm down there, so to speak. I might come up with something else and like, let's just see what happens. So that's why I think it's coming through. Your destiny is a dynamic thing. And I don't think that in this lifetime, your spiritual team has agreed to be so rigid about keeping you on a destined path. I think that we are respecting what your human free will wants to do. So even if you were to choose something different, then your spiritual team will change course and support that. And it's so interesting. I feel like we incarnate with different purposes. So there may be some souls who are like, who ask their guides, when I incarnate, I want you to really help me stay on this path. And I want, like, if I start veering off this path, I want divine intervention. Like, this is my destined path and I want to stick on it. And I feel like in your case, there's a bit more freedom in your agreement, so to speak, in your agreement with your higher self and with your spiritual team. But all of that to say, I do think that this is one of your destined paths. And I feel like that's a very beautiful and rewarding experience for your higher self and for your spiritual team, in that if you just let human you, if you just let them breathe and let them be, and let them naturally gravitate towards what they feel called to, they actually do gravitate towards your destined path. And it's just a testament to how they feel you, they pick up on you. It sounds weird. I feel like I'm talking to you as in your higher self, and I'm saying they as in your human self, but they are also you. So I'm sorry if that's confusing. And the last card, we're asking, will it be yours? And we have the Three of Cups. I feel like this is something you could be achieving in a group. You know, like you could be achieving goals with your friends, because this is definitely a friendship vibe. Or Spirit wants to assure you that not only will you be blessed with this, but your close ones are going to be blessed too. This could look like, for example, you becoming very wealthy and then, you know, using that wealth to improve your loved ones' lives. Or this is even the universe saying, not only will you become wealthy, but your loved ones are also going to become wealthy in their own way. Whatever you're gaining, your loved ones are gaining too. It's like you're all rising up together. You could even be working together in some way. This might be a very specific message for some of you, but I am seeing a dynamic where you are friends, your business partners are your friends. Like you and your friends are teaming up, or maybe it's even just one friend. You're teaming up to make a dream happen and you make it happen together. It could be family, it could be a significant other, but you know, a loved one that you team up with and you make big things happen together with them. The Three of Cups is also a celebratory energy. So I feel like this is definitely a happy yes answer, that yes, it will be yours. Probably your spiritual team is already celebrating because they can already see your trajectory and they're kind of celebrating early. Sometimes you might feel like you feel the emotion of it before it happens. So you feel that sense of victory and fulfillment and joy, even though technically in the 3D you didn't like make it happen yet, but it has already happened. And I feel like I'm talking in this reading, I'm talking from a higher perspective, which is probably your higher self, who can see all of your potential paths and who can already see into the future. So you must have a really close bond with your higher self, and maybe you even kind of see your life from this elevated perspective. So for the last part of this reading, we're going to pull some oracle cards and we are going to get some messages and advice from your spiritual team. We have the number 21 with parrotfish. Protect your assets. Don't be careless with what you've worked hard for. Immediately, I'm thinking of patent, like a patent or a copyright. And maybe that's like really specific for some of you, but when I think of parrots mimic, you know? They copy they copy sounds, they copy what you say. And I have the round tea leaf oracle deck. I think a lot of readers have it, but there's a parrot card in that deck and it says something about like someone will share your secrets. Someone will tell all your secrets, or someone will talk behind your back. Like, it's something to that effect. So this just made me think of copying someone. And then we have don't be careless with what you've worked hard for. So it's like, make sure your intellectual property is protected. Because I feel like a lot of people will emulate you and take inspiration from you, which is fine. That's a form of flattery. But you want to protect yourself from someone flat out copying you or stealing your work. And this is a number 21, which is the World card. And so that's kind of interesting. We were talking about you gaining a platform, and then we have the World. Some of you could be blowing up online or finding success on a large scale. You could be internationally successful. We have the number 21 and then the number 12. So it's mirroring 2112. And we have the Amban damselfish. Don't be afraid to use your voice. Your opinion matters. That's that Ace of Swords. Yeah. This feels like getting a platform, or at least you are being heard. Your voice is being heard. Your work is being heard. Maybe your music is being heard. Speaking up for justice as well. Don't be afraid. Your voice matters. Your voice can make a difference. I wonder, putting these two together, some of you maybe have been afraid of talking about an idea of yours because you're afraid that someone would steal it. Or you could be afraid of, oh no, my camera's getting hot. Okay, I'm sorry if the air conditioner is an annoying sound, but she is necessary. And also, I apologize if the camera randomly turns off. Well, you won't really feel anything because it will be edited so seamlessly. But yeah, let's pray for the best. We got the AC going now. And for our last card, we have the beluga whale. Feed your curiosity, try something new. I'm gonna read this one from the guidebook. Miss Beluga Whale. That is card number 16. And it's on page 55. The message: when the beluga whale shows up in your reading, you are being encouraged to feed your curiosity. You know those interests you've had for years but were too shy to pursue? Well, your outgoing beluga whale spirit guide is right by your side, reminding you of the fact that it is okay to try something new. It's one thing that makes life worthwhile. Therefore, never give up on acquiring new skills and having fun doing so. When this card appears within a reading, there is more to investigate than meets the eye. Ask questions and be curious. Get to the bottom of what initially seemed like a mystery. Whether you are determined to figure out all the details of an upcoming business deal, explore a new area of the woods, or attempt to understand a loved one in your life better, don't be afraid to ask questions and feed your curiosity. I feel like these are all going together. Because this is like, don't be afraid to ask questions. Make sure you know all the details. Don't be afraid to clarify something. And I feel like that also goes with using your voice. The Justice card can talk about contracts, commitments, agreements. Part of you receiving these blessings, you could be signing a new contract, you could be signing a deal. And don't be afraid to speak up if you feel like something is fishy, or don't be afraid to ask questions. And yeah, because I feel like someone could be worried, am I being annoying? Am I being difficult? Am I being too picky? But it's so important. Make sure you know all the details. Make sure everything is fair. Make sure you are protected. Make sure you're getting what you deserve. This could even be something like you're entering into a relationship with someone, don't assume anything. Make sure that you talk thoroughly about your expectations in the relationship, your deal breakers, your vision for the future. Did I already say your expectations? You know, and like ask questions. Don't be afraid. Don't just assume everything's going to be okay. Even if you feel like you're stating the obvious, or even if you feel like you're being too particular, or you're like I don't like that expression, beating a dead horse, but like, you know, maybe you have to be really thorough and make sure you like repeat yourself and make sure you're understood. I'm gonna have to do that today because I don't know what I did, but I messed up something in my TFSA, which is, I don't even know what the American equivalent is of that, tax-free savings account. I've messed up so much stuff, and it's all my fault. Like, I'm just doing stuff wrong, and then I get like slammed with fees. So, and then my advisor was like, "Oh, you don't have to worry about that. Like, this is fine." But I feel like it's not fine. But then part of me is like, well, maybe I shouldn't bring it up because I don't want it to seem like I don't want to make it like I'm implying that they don't know what they're talking about. But no, like, you should make no, I have to make extra double sure, because my dumbass could incur some more penalties. So anyway, all of that to say, there may be many reasons why you feel like, oh, I'm sure it's fine, like I won't bother asking about that, or I won't bother making sure about that for the 5th time. But you should. It's always worth it to get your peace of mind, just to make sure that you're incredibly clear about everything. It's worth it. Yeah. So, group number 4s. These are all the messages I have for you. So I'm gonna end your reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. And thank you so much once again to Tarot Stack for collaborating with me, and thank you so much to the creators of these amazing decks. It is such a pleasure to use them, and you guys are gonna be seeing them a lot more on this channel. I love them so much. I'm gonna have this bundle linked down below in the description and in the pinned comment. I'm also gonna have the individual decks linked down below if there's one in particular you'd like to check out. Remember that you can see every card in the deck on Tarot Stack's website, and you can also get a 10% discount on the bundle with the code KINO. So thank you so much to Tarot Stack for that. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that.